Hi guys, welcome back to the 11th episode of the 1.19 Skyblock series. So today I want to start with building an automatic spider farm for string and also cobweb. There is a modded feature in this. If you kill a spider jockey, it will drop a cobweb. I quickly want to head over to creative to test out if killing the spider jockey pair is enough, or if you actually have to kill both mobs, because that's definitely going to affect how the farm is going to look like in the end. Okay, so I went to the creative world, and this was the first attempt at making a spider farm. It wasn't really that successful, but here's actually now a spider jockey. So it's perfect. You can test if you get a cobweb this way. Yeah, it seems like it's actually the case. So we don't need to kill the skeleton. Okay, so that's good news. Why was this farm not that successful? I mean, so we have like a layer every second block. Idea was just flush the spiders to the side, and they would just fall down in the middle. But yeah, spiders tend to, I guess, stick to everything, and yeah, this flushing, as you can see, isn't really that successful. They just hang around. I tried to put like blocks in the middle that they would maybe pathfind to, but that also didn't really help. So we might need to go for a different layout. So before we start with a new design, it's actually also important to talk about the right location for the farm, so for the right biome to build this in, because there can be subtle differences. For example, obviously building in a deep dark biome wouldn't be good, so we definitely need a biome where spiders can spawn, but also the weight of the mob distribution is a little bit important, not too much. So usually you have, like in a normal biome, you have the standard mix of spiders, zombies, skeletons, creepers, endermen, and witches. So most of the time, you have this zombie and zombie villager split, 95 to 5. That's up to 100. Spiders, skeletons, creepers, also all 100. Then there's also sometimes slime. Endermen, 10, so it's 10 times less likely to get an enderman, and witch 5, so 20 times less likely than to get one of those mobs. For example, if you would decide to build this farm in a river biome, then additionally the game also tries to spawn drowned mobs. This gets added on top of it. So the overall chance that the game actually selects a spider to spawn is a little bit low in the river biome, because you have the additional 100 for drowned mobs. A similar effect can actually also be found in an old growth pine taiga biome. This is quite interesting. I actually went through the whole list of all the biomes before making the spider farm. So what we have here is actually that we have a weight of 100 for zombies and a weight of 25 for zombie villagers instead of 5. So in total for zombie and zombie villagers you get 125. And this therefore makes the spider spawning a bit less unlikely. So it wouldn't be great to build the farm in an old growth pine taiga biome. Of course, if you want to get zombie villagers, this biome is great. I'm not entirely sure why we have 25 there, or what's the reason for this, but it's maybe something to keep in mind. So I went through the whole list of all the biomes. According to the wiki, skeletons would have 80 in a meadows biome, but it's apparently only the case in Bedrock Edition, so the wiki is wrong about this. I didn't really find any biome that would be perfect for a spider farm, so pretty much everything where you have normal mob distribution, like a normal forest or plains biome or stuff like that, would be good. But yeah, definitely always something to keep in mind to check for the mob distribution. Okay, so I have a working design now for the spider farm. So instead of flushing the spiders towards the middle, we flush them to the side. Just the advantage that there's just fewer walls where they can attach to. But it has the downside that we spread out the spiders further, and the item collection also needs to cover a much larger area, as you can see here. Just kill the spiders with fall damage, and then flush everything to the side. And then we got a stationary water system that flushes everything towards the middle, to the water stream there, and then to the side, everything's picked up by one hopper again. We could technically also, after the spiders drop down, flush those all to the middle again, but this would take long and the farm would get less efficient. And then if you flush them to the middle, we still need to also flush the area with redstone the drops land, so the effort would basically be the same, but the farm would just get slower. I think this works quite well with the bow clock here, so I thought, yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Then, one more thing, I would actually love to use a lazy for the item collection already, with such a large area, and actually not that many items, get around 6,000 string, but we don't have access to a lazy yet. We can get them later. It's quite a fun mechanic actually. You can convert the vexes, so those little tiny mobs that the evokers spawn, into a laze by playing them a certain note block tune. There's also a mechanic in a game how we can figure out what's the right tune. Really looking forward to that. But in order to get evokers, we would need to start a raid, and we can only start a raid if we have villagers. So not accessible right now. We need to get villagers first. There's actually one more benefit of this type of farm, but also one downside. So sometimes we actually get glow insects, because those glow squid can spawn in 1 high water. So that's quite convenient. We're actually getting around 600 glow insects, so I take it. Basically means we don't need to build a dedicated farm for this ever. But there's also one more downside. We're getting 35 bones and a couple arrows, but there's no cobweb to be found. So turns out the spider jockey cobweb drop is based on a player kill. So we would need to kill the spiders ourselves to get the cobweb. In my test earlier, of course, I used the sword to kill the spider, got it immediately, but yeah, I don't see really a way right now to do a large-scale spider jockey farm. Later, once we have minecarts, we can definitely collect all the spiders in minecarts and then use activator rails to eject them to a certain spot. I know from the zombified piglin farm that chicken jockeys can also be picked up for minecart, so I would assume spider jockeys can also be picked up by minecart. So yeah, we can make a dedicated cobweb farm later once we have an iron farm basically and a gold farm, so we have access to rails and all of this. Definitely looking forward to this as well, but I thought right now it's probably best if we just build this farm and then the other farm later. So technically, of course, we could flush all the spiders towards the middle, but then we have a problem also with those drop shoots when it comes to spiders, that they love to attach to the walls. So it would get quite annoying that a lot of spiders maybe get caught. We could maybe get it to work, but I would just use minecarts later. I think this is a better approach. Let's take a quick look at the material list. We're gonna need a lot of building blocks again for this. So there's almost 2,000 normal building blocks and then 1,250 slabs. So that's basically like a double chest of normal building blocks. Then a couple wooden materials, redstone torches we have. One hopper again, some iron grinding. Yeah, this is feasible, but I actually have to AFK at the Guardian farm again for an hour to get enough prismarine. Okay, so just came back from the Guardian farm. I actually prefer using the horse now, because it's so much faster than a donkey. So I'd rather go twice and bring home like 60 stacks compared to going once and bringing home like 45 stacks. But this will all change once we have maybe some gold. We need some golden carrots so we could breed a mule. If we could get like a 10 meters per second mule, I think that would be my preferred method of transportation. But check it out, we definitely have enough prismarine to build the spider farm. Okay, we need a location. Definitely shouldn't be close to the other mob farms at this point. I was thinking we could maybe go down this road a little bit and turn right. And just look for a good location there. So it shouldn't be a river biome, it should just be like a normal plains biome or jungle biomes that we have over there with no slime chunks. Alright, there we go. Mob farm is finished. Just say this actually doesn't look that bad. I kinda like the look of this from the starter area of the slime farm now. I think this doesn't look too bad. Of course, it's all just functional stuff, but we're getting somewhere in the world. Alright, I had a little issue there while building the mob farm with some mob spawning. I ran away, not like a coward, more like a smart person. I just avoided a fight and let the mobs despawn. There's just one little issue right now. You might have seen it. I forgot to place one sea lantern on top of the roof. You have to fix this, not decrease the efficiency at nighttime. Apart from that, look, plenty of spiders incoming again. Okay, this is inside of a slime chunk. Probably also have to get rid of that. Already put some string in there, so this is a pretty quick farm. Yeah, look at all the glow insects. We also got more than 2 stacks already. It's probably more than we'll need completely. I think there's actually one crafting recipe from the mod as well for glow ink sacks. Not entirely sure what we can make with that. I think it was glow berries. Alright, this should allow us to get up on the roof. I quickly place that sea lantern. So with the string I get from the spider farm and the slime balls from the slime farm, I can now finally make as many leads as I want. There's also actually a second benefit of having that much string. I can make a ton of white wool. Something I needed anyway, because I wanted to go over to the ancient city area. There we have a portal and one shrieker right next to it. So there's 2 things I want to do. I want to kill a warden to get this catalyst block. Then we can also get sculk blocks and do stuff with it. And the second reason I want to go there is actually maybe looking into making a mob switch. But first I want to kill that warden. So the way I thought about doing this would be using wool blocks first to disable the shrieker. Then build a holding area. And then just kill the warden from like a safe distance. I think like 30 blocks above or something like that. With bow and arrow. I think that should work, and it should allow us to get one of those catalyst blocks. Alright, I grab some stuff and then we can try that. Alright, so made the journey 1200 blocks out. There's the shrieker. So right now I don't have, except the bow maybe, don't have anything of real value on me. That armor is about to break anyway. Got a couple blocks, the wooden tools, would just be not that great if I'd lose that mending bow. But I feel like I kind of needed to actually kill the warden myself. Alright, so there's the shrieker. I guess the plan is now to go up a little bit. And then slowly approach it by placing wool blocks. I guess I'm still in a distance where placing a block wouldn't do anything right now. Let's see, it's a bit tricky. Here we go. This is actually a slab. Where are we standing? Okay, now we got a bottom slab. Yeah, so I can make carpet to make it spawn proof as well, of course. Just gonna get close to it. I brought some sea lanterns as well to make it spawn proof. And I have a bed on me in case it turns nighttime. Right, so let's see. So I heard placing wool blocks shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we also have there's like 3 chances. The shrieker would only spawn a warden if I trigger it the 3rd time. Okay. But I don't think this is gonna be too tricky. Let's place wool blocks all around. And we should already be able to just pillar up. There, now nothing can trigger the shrieker. Okay, let's make it spawn proof. And that's it. Alright, I also brought some slabs. The warden doesn't spawn in slabs though. So I would just now build a box around the shrieker. Then we can pillar up further. And I would just, I guess, shoot an arrow into the shrieker, which should trigger the warden. Let's see if that works out. Okay, so let's see if this works. As far as I can remember, the arrow in the shrieker should be fine. That's all we need. But I'm not entirely sure. I also don't have a good feeling about this. But let's see. I feel like I definitely hit the shrieker. Alright, it doesn't work. I probably should go in creative then and test. Actually, instead of going to creative, I decided to watch my own video from almost 4 months ago with the Warden switch setup. I have a terrible memory. So the trick is actually to have the arrows next to a skulk sensor, which then relays or triggers the Shrieker. So just shooting the arrows into the Shrieker isn't enough. I could stand on the Shrieker myself to trigger the Warden. If I make everything spawn-proof, the Warden should just spawn in there instead. So I guess the plan would be to summon a Warden, hope that it actually comes out at the right spot, then quickly run away. Let's try that. Let's get down a little bit quicker. Yep. Kinda works. So I guess I'm just gonna maybe go up a little bit here. That should be high enough. And we're still at bottom slab height. Good, good. So that one can spawn on the bottom slabs. So I can probably also just make a lot of noise here to trigger the Shrieker. Nope. Mining blocks maybe? How do I trigger this now? Can, of course, always remove more wool. Block placing maybe? Doesn't shriek. Does it work though? Let's try F3. Can summon shrieking foes. Maybe let's jump. Run. Still enclosed with wool. Maybe that's the problem. Should definitely notice me. Okay. No more wool around. Let's try. Okay, then we have to do it. I'm gonna stand on the Shrieker. Bottom slab. Should do the trick. Yes, shrieking. So that was shriek number 1. Wait. What's happening? Number 2. I think I'm hearing a ward. Let's bail. Let's go. Okay. Then we just climb up the vines. So I hope the ward is actually inside there. Exciting. No one. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's supposed to be 3 shrieks. Okay, it was just the warden noise. Oh, I've actually done so much with the Shrieker in creative, but when it comes to doing the stuff in survival, I'm still a noob apparently. Okay, let's try again. Shriek number 3. I hear it rattling. Okay, now, okay. I'm just gonna bail because he can still attack me with his ranged attack, if there is a warden. I'm pretty certain there is one now. Definitely got the blindness effect. I haven't heard the digging though. No, there is no warden. Okay. False alert once again, but rather be a bit more careful than too reckless. One more try. This time I'm actually gonna wait for the digging sound. Pretty sure we can distinguish that from the other noise. Okay, more shrieking. There it is. Okay. This time I'm certain. Alright, sneak 100. Okay, got that. Now we got the warden in there. And I'm pretty sure I should be high enough. I remember this from actually doing the survival on Psycraft. If you're like 32 blocks away, he shouldn't be able to attack you with his ranged attack. Obviously, if he actually gets us with the ranged attack, it would at this point be almost certain death. Because the platform isn't high enough, he would just knock us off. We should maybe expand it a bit. We should also be quick. After like a minute he despawns. Okay, there should be enough blocks for now. Okay, let's see. Shouldn't be too hard to hit him. There we go. He's looking up. I mean, he does get angry. Also, I can tank exactly 1 hit. Definitely brought enough arrows, we got a couple stacks, so he has like 500 health. Pretty sure actually shooting him from the top should maybe make the arrow even faster, so the amount of damage is dependent on the arrow speed. Maybe gravity actually helps us here a bit. Yeah, that seems pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna get exciting here. I'm just gonna keep doing this. There we go, it was actually really quick. Right. First Warden down, now we have a catalyst. And here it is. I already collected the 5 XP, but now we also have, ooh, big achievement, Monster of the Deep. Is this actually Killer Warden for a Skull Catalyst? Is this a custom achievement even? Not entirely sure, but I think it is. Or is it vanilla? Do you actually have to kill a Warden in vanilla? That's interesting. Killer mob near Skull Catalyst. I can find it right now. Now, of course, here it is in the Skyblock achievements. Mojang's plan was never to encourage killing the Warden. But then they added a drop to it, now we have to do it. So kill a Warden for Skull Catalyst. Okay. Then it's actually unlocked a really interesting one. Echolocation Overload. Kill a bat or dolphin with a Warden Sonic Boom to get an Echo Shard. That sounds like actually like a lot of fun. Don't think it's gonna be too hard. Basically, we just need to have like a dark room around the Shrieker, I would assume. Summon a Warden, maybe prevent the Warden from despawning by spamming a note block. And yeah, then bats would spawn and the Warden would start to attack them. If we had like Hopper Minecart, we could then easily collect the shards. So that's definitely something I wanna do, but I feel like there's really no hurry doing it now, and Hopper Minecart's gonna make this a lot easier. Or just having a lot of hoppers. But yeah, definitely looking forward to all the modded features. Now that we have the Skull Catalyst, we can also try to get a Skulk Sensor, but it actually requires Silk Touch, so we couldn't get it in an item form really. So the way we would get the sensor is, I guess, just to get some sand. That's a Skulk replaceable block. Place the Catalyst next to the mob farm and then convert either sand to Skulk, and then there's a chance that the charge would generate a sensor on top, and some Shriekers that can't summon a Warden. But yeah, it doesn't help too much without the Silk Touch. So I guess between the episodes I'm gonna try my luck again with the AFK Fish Farm. Maybe we'll get a Silk Touch book. Otherwise we have to wait until we get villagers. Alright, that's it for today. Definitely satisfied with my progress today. It took a quite long time to actually build the spider farm, get the materials for it, and then doing this adventure here. So hope you enjoyed, and see you in our next episode. Bye bye!